of some of the referee calls?
Well, they were the calls themselves were at a bad time, and they stopped our possessions. They stopped our drives. They stopped us from getting our rhythm, if you will. And those holding calls can do that now. To me, they're one of the, if not the biggest drive stopper, or keep you from getting your feet under you and really getting something going. That they could be number one, and it's been a challenge for us. We've got to do better in the playoffs on our basic calls, on maintaining possession, keeping our possession.
Now, Jerry Jones, he's also going to go into details of he's not a fan of having full-time NFL refs. He said you might get less quality. Well, and that's due to, I guess, law of diminishing rate of return. But I think that there's a big gray area when you got people who's not really sold into their craft, meaning that they are judges or lawyers, and they may be working an extreme hard case, and for 17 to 18 weeks, you got to flip it around, and now you got to do football stuff. And one can argue that some of those judges or lawyers or high-end execs, whatever they may be, who is to say that they're not getting paid elsewhere for their decisions on the field? Meaning that if I'm in Cincinnati, I'm just going to use that area. Or let's just use Texas. I'm a Texas judge or what have you, and I'm the head ref for this particular game or the next week game or what have you. And I want to get reelected. There's a lot of gray area in that. And I think that some of those refs, they can be swayed or bought. And we got gambling that's available for the NFL now. So Jerry liked to use the word ambiguity. There's a lot of ambiguity. And also, Jerry, you said you might get less quality. But didn't you know that since 1995, the Cowboys are the most penalized team than any other NFL team out there? And even in this year, I think the Cowboys are ranked 32nd as it relates to penalties. That's dead last. So you might want to get less quality then. You know what I'm saying? Less quality may help you out because right now it's not working. That's my opinion of it.
Jerry, is there any concern that maybe the guys are going to lack some accountability for how they played versus just blaming it on the referees or the officials for the loss?
Not at all. Not at all. Each of those guys are sitting there. Every snap is a state of mind. You're trying to do the very best job on that snap, trying to execute it and get your assignment right, and then beat the guy in front of you. Get man, so to speak, as far as the offensive line is concerned. Get a man. And no, there's none in my mind of concerned about thinking using calls as a crutch against executing and performance. None at all.
Well, the players did speak out on, hey, we getting hosed. And I believe one year, DeMarcus Lawrence was saying, the Cowboys went like 8 to 10 games without even getting a holding call at all. And he said, hey, I'm being held. They won't let me go. And I believe that was the year, he had his best year performance. I think it was 2017. Well, it could have been the year before. I think it was 2017 and 2018. Yeah, those 2 years he was saying, hey, you guys not calling holding. You're not calling holding, and I'm literally being held. And in his previous game, we can clearly see that he was being held. Now, I'm not saying that you use that as the crux of or the reason why you lost. I'm not saying that.
Do you think that the team needs to, or are you a proponent of changing your style of play based on who the crew is that week?
No, I think we just need to go out and be who we are. And we've got, again, this You really have so much you need to bring to the table when you get ready to play a team or when you're line up against a team. Basically reinventing yourself as far as the way you block or the physical way that you handle. And I'm looking at fronts now when I'm mentally thinking about what I'm saying. The fronts on both sides. No, I think you come with what got you there. Come with what you do best. You execute what you do best.
Jerry, this is just like a league question. Like philosophically, from the league's perspective, what is the reason for not making the officials full-time?
Yeah.
Well, you just don't have enough support to have the conclusion that full-time would remedy the issues that we don't have with our that we're complaining about. There's nothing says a full-time official will do better than the part-time officials. The quality of the people that you get with part-time officials are outstanding. They're outstanding. These are some of the most accomplished people in professions, or if you will, in the country. There are. And so I've never been convinced, me personally, that a part-time official that's spending some of his time engineering would be better than a full-time official. We're talking about the 17 games, the playoffs, crews. No, nothing has convinced me that there'd be that kind of advantage. Matter of fact, you might have less quality.
Man, I'm telling you guys right now.
You must be out of your goddamn mind.
The NFL, multi-billion-dollar organization. And you just don't have the NFL itself bringing in billions of dollars, but you also have embodied in that 32 owners. That's all 32 owners billionaires. That's 32 billionaires out there right now that should be able to afford the salary of full-time refs. It makes no sense for a ref to be a judge, a lawyer, or in engineering, and still try to go out there to make the proper reads of when to throw the flag or when not to. And some of this stuff is so archaic, meaning that they need to figure out where the first down marker is at. When you score a touchdown. Oh, let's figure this out with technology. We got the technology. Look, you can put a beacon or a tracking device on the football, and every 10 yards you can say, whoop, first down. Oh, better yet, they got a buzzer, a shot clock in basketball. But you mean to tell me football can't use that for delay a game? Come on, man. A full-time ref, you will have more quality. You will have better results. Juxtaposed to these guys thinking about court cases, trials, and engineering. I want to know your thoughts, Cowboy Nation. I want to know how you guys feel about full-time versus part-time. More quality versus less quality. I think that there need to be a reform on the aficionados. I think that they need to be held more accountable. Now, of course, the best crew get a chance and opportunity to basically referee the playoff games, and I guess the best crew out of the playoff game, they get a chance to go to the Super Bowl. But I think that they had an issue with that because they handpicked certain guys and it's not the same crew, so it's different situations and scenarios with that. But just like they got 32 teams out there, there should be 32 officials out there designed to really craft and be unbiased, right? And call the game correctly. You got a lot of money on the line now. Cowboys Nation, let me know your thoughts. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Go Cowboys. Come on, Jerry, get it together, man. Pay these refs, man. That don't sound right, but you know what I'm saying. get this reform going. That's a better way. Yeah.